Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana seems to be building a bit of a range there. So we've had this period of lower lows, lower highs from the recent high end of December. And it seems like we're forming a range movement. I mentioned that in the previous video earlier today, that we might see a little bit of sideways action here over the coming days, maybe even weeks, in what might turn into a triangle. It's not entirely clear what the microstructure really is like. It's certainly corrective. So we don't have an impulse to the downside, which means we can leave the door open for higher, but it really takes a break above 117 or let's say $116.50 to really suggest that this third wave is unfolding. I don't see a very clear setup for higher in this extension. Yeah, remember that we are dealing with two scenarios here. One obviously short-term bullish, one short-term bearish. There is one level that distinguishes between the two in my opinion. And that's down here, the $85.50 level, the low that was formed on the 7th of January. But there isn't a clear-cut support. That's the problem in this scenario. It's a bit messy at the moment, so it might make sense to wait for clarity or just look here for this main support area, and $47 is key support that I would use to measure my position size. Really, there isn't really any other major Fibonacci support left here or available, because that is the main level on the chart. If the price breaks below that level, then I will stop to watch for a fifth wave to the upside. At the moment, I am doing that because the idea is that at some point we should be doing this A, B, C in wave 4 and then rally in a wave 5. But I have to assume that something more bearish is playing out once the $47 level breaks. But that's nothing I currently watch for. I don't know, a lot of people seem to be calling for that. I had a few comments from a lot of people who said a lot of people are calling for Solana to crash. I don't know, I haven't seen those videos. I don't know, I can only say that obviously we have 3 support levels here, yeah, and only below $47, the overall assumption changes of this bullish chart, which could still get one more high. Okay, so, but obviously there is a chance for this deeper pullback first. But what we're tracking is the idea that, okay, is the third wave already finished? Or we're looking for evidence, obviously, that maybe the third is still extending. But there is no clear long trade setup that I see. I mean, it doesn't mean it couldn't go higher. It can. But at the moment, I just don't see the clear setup. Just moving sideways. So that could mean we're forming a triangle here. Triangles, for example, they are 5-wave movements. I haven't got enough evidence for a triangle. It's not... We need more waves, okay? We need more legs of the triangle because a triangle is a 5-wave pattern. And if we say, okay, maybe wave A finished here, then the triangle would be A, B, C, D, E, and we could come down. On the other hand, depending on how I count it, the triangle could break up, but that would look strange. So if it forms a triangle, it's probably a B wave triangle. That's just something to mention. Or the B wave could just move a little higher here. A, B, C. Okay, so we could discuss about all these corrective patterns. There are more than 10 corrective patterns that are available that the market could use. And it's impossible to say which one it is going to be. But as I said, below 85.50 probabilities increase that we're heading down directly and that wave B already topped. So to keep the door open for more extended sideways action or even a third wave extension, really that 85.50 level needs to hold. We need to avoid a sustained break below that level, or the downside momentum is likely going to increase. So what I'm watching for now is just to see, does this form a larger range over the coming days and maybe weeks? Resistance levels, immediate resistance levels are $104, $109 and $116.44, and support is 85.50. That's structural support. And then below that, obviously here, these swing lows. So we need to still be patient. I mean, really nothing has happened on this chart. So, I've been mentioning now for probably a week or two that really it's not very clear what's going on here. The market hasn't decided yet Okay, and you can clearly see that this so far is, that's also a forecast, right? And because the market hasn't done anything. So only really when we see a change in the chart, something that gives us an indication that, it has decided where it wants to go, only then really we can track a direct path higher or lower. At the moment, the idea that, the market is undecided, it's basically what's been playing out, okay? So we've been highlighting, okay, it's not very clear, there's no clear setup for higher, no clear setup for lower yet. We just need to be a little bit patient, but the market is not in a rush, as it seems. So the market itself hasn't revealed its intentions yet, and therefore we cannot see it in the chart yet where exactly it wants to go. The analysis basically says we need to still be on the side of caution because the market doesn't really know where it wants to go. We need to remain flexible. There are too many options at the moment, or let's say probabilities are fairly balanced across different likely scenarios, and therefore you don't really have an edge. Okay, that's my update about Solana. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.